I want my mitochondria to work as good as possible. And I know that if I'm just constantly standing around appliances, bombarding myself with Bluetooth and Wi-Fi, holding my cell phone, I'm just changing the gradient of the body. And sure, you could go out and reverse that damage. I could go outside and as soon as I plant my feet on earth or grass, it can restore that electrochemical gradient back to where it was before, get it close. Pulsed electromagnetic field therapy, or PEMF, can have a similar effect. Sunlight combined with adequate minerals and really good, clean, pure water, even water that is what's called nanostructured water. It interacts with infrared and near infrared light to allow your body to kind of restore its battery potential. So there's all these things that you can do to reverse the damage. But I mean, for me personally, I don't really want a lot of that damage in the first place. So yeah, even if it doesn't cause cancer, it definitely disrupts cellular and mitochondrial function.
Do you have something that cuts electricity in the house? And I have got a timer on my Wi-Fi, but to be honest, next door's Wi-Fi is probably right by my head.
Well, the thing is, I mean, the strength of the Wi-Fi signal decreases exponentially with the distance from the actual router itself, which is why it's always a good idea to put your router, if you have the ability, as far as possible as you can from a sleeping area of the house. Like put it in the garage, put it out in the kitchen. Just get your Wi-Fi router as far away from the bedroom as possible. You're right. Your neighbor might have it placed so that it's literally next to the wall that your head is by while you're sleeping. You can't control that, but you can at least control your own Wi-Fi router, and then rest assured that all these other signals you see from the city probably really aren't as big a consideration as the router inside your house. Yeah. But the other things, I had a building biology do a full audit of my home, and we kind of looked at a lot of the low-hanging fruit, and probably some of the bigger things you can do. One is dirty electricity filters. Like you can buy them from Stetzer, you can buy them from Greenwave, lowemf.com. Anyways, a lot of these websites, or maybe it's lessemf.com, they have dirty electricity filters. Those work very well based on the testing that we did. So any outlet in the room that has something plugged into it, just make sure that outlet has a dirty electricity filter on it. So that's pretty simple, low-hanging fruit. Another thing that is a notoriously high producer of dirty electricity, or EMF, is standard lighting or LED lighting or any form of modern lighting. So the more of your lighting that you can replace with clear incandescent bulbs. So you could do a search on Amazon for clear incandescent or full spectrum incandescent, or even candle OLED. Candle OLED lighting or clear incandescent lighting are two of the best. Halogen lighting, from a biological standpoint, is the most kind of natural as far as simulating what sunlight does. But unfortunately, it operates on an AC current, and it's pretty much impossible to switch it from AC to DC. So those, even though they a lot of biohackers, et cetera, will tell you that those produce the natural spectrum of light. Problem is they produce a ton of this dirty electricity, whereas clear incandescent, or what's called candle OLED, do not. In an ideal scenario, in any area of the house where you need decent lighting, you'll use clear incandescent, or you'll use candle OLED. And then in any area where you don't need that much light, I mean, it's pretty straightforward. Use a fragrance-free, paraben-free candle, right? Just like our ancestors would use. Just use freaking fire, and that's really the best way to go.